you're going to be fighting Mass Blink Stalker like that.
Yeah.
And you got to defend your fourth base, which is kind of a problem on that map because the fourth base is out there. It has its own little like path on the top of it to like come in and just snipe it and get out alive with force fields specifically.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
That's what happened, man. Iron Fortress is going to be our second map here. And I'm expecting to see more of the same. Your incredible Blink Stalker play. This is the meta right now in Korea. And all right, guys, we're going into game number 2 right away, right here, right now. herO versus ByuL.
CJ&2's herO 김준호 vs CJ&2's ByuL 한지원.
To the top right in yellow, CJ&2's herO.
To the bottom left, we have CJ ByuL.
Impressive, incredible run in this tournament. ByuL having the hardest bracket, in my opinion.
He had to beat
Maru.
He had to kill Maru.
So difficult.
That's insane. It's so hard. Yeah, ByuL is definitely a fantastic Zerg player. He's on the top of his game right now.
Looks like we're going to see a gateway-oriented expand from here this time, again.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to really want to do it against his teammate.
Yeah, it's almost too predictable, I guess. And we are cross-spawn on this map. I feel like Blink Stalker still really strong on this map. You get into these choke points as well.
It is a bit more of an open map, though, so...
In the middle especially.
It's a little bit harder, I'd have to say, but, Blink Stalker is going to be fantastic on every map. They have so much utility, and with a lot of force fields, you make your own map.
Yeah. I feel like creep spread is really important on this map. You really need to get that out to control your bases, and if you can link your 4 bases together, you can have a little bit more defensive maneuverability against those Blink Stalkers on this map. If you can get into position quickly enough on this map, you can always control the tops of these ramps, control those choke points that the Protoss has to funnel into. We saw that ByuL did that really well last game. He was always trying to control the high ground, where he had his Hydra Roach at the top, where the Stalkers were kind of going up into a concave. And when you're trying to use Storm, too, your High Templar are slow, and they end up bumping into your Stalkers trying to go up this concave, and you can't really get your Storms off like you want to, and eventually you just have to back off and try to find another way. And if you can control the choke points on this map, it's one of the strengths that Zerg can have with that type of composition.
Yeah, it is just that much more open, which is I guess the good and the bad thing. And, that third base is just so out there as well, so we could even see ByuL be pretty aggressive on this map, trying to shut down the third base, which we've seen from other Zerg players. Though it is cross map, it's not that horizontal spawn which we've seen this map be played on before.
Yeah. Double hatch for a pool for ByuL with 2 extra drones here.
No gas, just going to be a straight up pool, so it's going to be gasless. No early lane aggression.
You don't see herO and run into this build all too often because he's so known for cannoning, so people don't use this build against him too much.
Yeah.
So I wonder what he's going to do, because we haven't seen like that much of him versus this.
Yeah, it's kind of just that next level of mind game between these guys.
Yeah.
ByuL identified in game 1. herO is going for this gateway expand, like super standard style. And ByuL played it safe first time around, but second time, he's going to go straight to that blind double hatch. 4 pool, no gas.
Yeah. I wonder if we're going to see just a quick gateway aggression out of herO. Something like Milkshake would do in this case.
Yeah, we did see it last game. Very possible. We already see the Chrono Boost on the Cyber Core.
Yeah, and just 1 gas still. He's mining a lot of extra minerals right now.
Yeah, we can see a very cheesy play to
the probe too.
Not a bad choice against this, especially considering how much creep you need to get the natural to the third base. ByuL's going to have to be very careful with that, especially with the gases this late. His gas finished at 5 minutes, so he's going to get pretty delayed link speed.
Just constant chrono out of herO. Like,
safe to say that it will be that all in. Let's see how many gates he throws down.
I think he's going to go up to like 5 gates and just do zealots. It's going to be one of those big zealot attacks.
Is he going to put any at the front is the next question. Try and like make it look like It will be like 3-gate opening.
Ooh, finding this probe, really big deal. I don't think he noticed. Okay, he did.
Oh.
This is really important.
This is something he didn't do last game either. You know, he let that probe on the map. That pylon went down.
Okay, 5 gates.
Oh, Ling going to come scout. He's going to see the chrono on the cyber.
I think he saw it.
Yeah, he's definitely saw it.
Okay, 7 gates actually.
Whoa.
And he saves the probe. ByuL knows, but he just made 6 drones. And he has like 8 Lings on the map.
Here we go. 16 Lings now.
Okay.
Beginning, but this is scary. You might want to throw up a couple of spines as well. And he doesn't have a Roach Warren, so it's going to be pure Ling against this.
Yep. No +1 on these Zealots, but with this many, and with any Stalkers he adds it too, don't forget, like, slow Lings versus Stalkers are going to have a hard time. It's already starting to work on this Queen a little bit here. And here comes the first Zealot. First warp-in wave at this very forward pylon is going to be so close to ByuL's base. All right, here we go. A few more gateways finishing up too, so he's got 2 more warp-ins. He's about to have in just a second.
Oh man, that's 5 Stalkers and a Zealot. More warping in.
Slowlings here are going to have a hard time. Good kiting here on these Stalkers. The Zealot's doing so much tanking. This is still a lot of Lings. He's buying a lot of time to get that Roach Warren up. 22 more Lings on the way. He wants to just overwhelm this with all these Lings he's got in production.
Yeah, he wants to, but it's so hard to catch the Stalkers, which is the big problem here. And Spine almost finished in the mineral line as well. Here you might want to try and identify that and deal with it. I'm going to let it go for now and just work on the hatchery.
It looks like he's just going to know the Spinecrawler is not really in range to hit his units. He's just going to hit this with hold position on these Stalkers.
Link speed about to finish as well.
Oh, and he needs to move back behind those Zealots with these Stalkers. Link speed finishes here. There's still just so many Zealots here at the front. This is exactly how herO wants to have this. Zealots at the front to tank. Stalkers doing that big damage to armor on that hatchery.
Oh, Roach is about to come out as well. This is going to help out so much. The hatchery is too low though. I think
he can just target it with his Stalkers and finish it off.
At any point. The moment he knows he lost his fight, he can just target down the hatchery.
Just like we saw last game, exactly like that. But he's actually just overwhelming these Roaches even. He just has too much. He has too much Zealots to tank. The Stalkers can shoot whatever they want.
Yeah, simply too much at this point. There's no way he's going to fight this. And the Stalkers are coming and try and maybe even end the game.
It's even got a sentry in this mix now. It's terrifying.
Didn't another best of force fields there.
Yep. These units coming out here one by one to die as they're surrounded. That Spinecrawler is doing a little bit of work here. This is just too much damage already. ByuL's going to eventually start running out of larva. In fact, he already has run out of larva. And I think this is just going to be game ending.
This is just way too much.
GG.
Wow. 2-0 already, herO up. Could we see another 3-0 Wolf?
It could happen, man.
I hope not, but it's looking like that. We might see herO make it to the finals. ByuL not smiling after that loss. Little too greedy there.
Way too greedy.
Surprised he didn't identify it with that Zergling. The chrono boost on the Cyber Core.
Yeah, he made that round of 6 drones, and that could have been 12 more Lings, which then slows down the push so much and like stops herO from getting that momentum that he got. Yeah, he didn't know. Very greedy opening. herO identified it. And also, he couldn't kill that probe that he found. Like, when he found that probe, he just didn't kill it.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to kill a probe with just one Zergling as well.
True.
So, bit of a problem there.
Well,
third map, Cactus Valley. This is going to be a bit of a hard one for ByuL as well, with that choke point outside the natural in third base. Going to get a little bit harder to try and be aggressive.
Yeah, I feel like these maps are really strong for Protoss right now in this matchup. Like, in so many ways. Like, yeah, the horizontal spawns on this map or the last one? I can't remember. I think it was the last one, right? Yeah, that can be a bit annoying for the Protoss to take a third. But besides that, the way that Protoss can attack into these bases and the amount of ramps they can use and choke points they can use with force fields.
Yeah.
And also just even if you get onto the high ground, how much you can control it. It's really tough for Zerg at this current time. Although he had a lot of Zerg success in this matchup, in this tournament. I mean, there's 3 Zergs in the semis. When you look at a player like herO, I'm like, how do you beat this guy?
It's hard. Well, herO has been making the right choices every game as well. And ByuL, he had a couple of slip-ups. Game 1, obviously, he let his 4th base die, and he kind of just, game kind of evened out from there. And obviously this game just way too greedy. Didn't identify that herO was going to go for the very aggressive approach.
Yeah, that's true. Really just trying to figure out like what ByuL is going to want to do on this map, because it's not a map where you can really early pull on and have a lot of success. Maybe just play a little bit of a safer third base and make a few more lings and just kind of harass with them a little bit and kind of mess with the tempo of herO.
I think if he wants to go for like the double hatch before pool sort of style, maybe go for like a quicker gas so he can get link speed out really quick, and that'll help shut it down.
What do you think about like a 14 gas, 14 pool, like early speed build on this map? It's not that good.
No, not on this map. We could even see Forge Frost expand on this map. You know, because of that choke, it's so much smaller and easier to take.
Yeah, true.
And we haven't seen herO do it yet, so you might want to try and mix things up and mind game a little bit more.
Yeah, totally possible.
I do like that on the other maps though, like the one we played just before on Iron Fortress. You know, it's a good opening, and the other maps would have like that little bit of a wider sort of natural, so it's just that much harder to defend against early speedlings.
Yeah. It's like there was a sign over there I was looking at.
Did he Viper someone?
He's been on vacation for 2 weeks, and I guess he probably Vipered somebody. I don't know. I couldn't